Dodge, if you steal this idea, I'm coming for you. Just letting you know. My name's not Stevie, and I don't like EVs. This is Rip Roaring Garage. I'm Alex, and a couple of episodes back, I talked about the new 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona, the EV, which is going to be the Scat Pack and the Banshee, as well as the Sixpack Hurricane twin turbo powered car. One of the problems is the look. I told you guys I'm going to work a little bit to get my fixes to this car, to the design. Now, this is in Photoshop. I didn't do any 3D modeling. This is just kind of like to get you an idea. And even with Photoshop, you'll see how egregious the design of the current car is. So we're going to start off with this is the original look of the two-door version. Now, I had pointed out that you had this bubbling roofline, the sail panel going way too far in the back. This is to facilitate the hatchback. And you had this lack of a bumper, so to speak. Now, the Charger, the Camaros all have this kind of sunken in headlight look. So the bumper is here, but it's way too far out, way too big. And while I was doing this, I also noticed the bumper has its own bumper. It's like, doesn't make any sense. So this is what I came up with. Bam. All right. So roof more straight, sail panel brought in, which automatically fixes the window. Doesn't have that goofy look. Brought up the nose, which it really changes the whole stance of the car. Shaved off that diffuser bumper of a bumper thing, and also added a crease here to give it a more slim look. So yeah, once you go like doing this, you see how much droopage of the nose. Looks like it's melting and just like squeezing out an old toothpaste tube. Now, I did shave off a little bit of the hood here. And I think that's a problem with the Hurricane. It's a very tall engine. This is purely aesthetic, and I'm not sure of what engines you can fit, because you can squeeze in a Hemi, just not in this current platform. The shock towers, they're just too close in. Ignore a little bit the shadows. I should have blurred that so it's more of equivalent comparison. But wheelbase changes. Windshield, I brought it in a little closer. It might be an issue if you're doing a four-door as well, because you get a shorter door, but we'll get into that right now. All right, so here is the four-door. Now, I actually like the four-door a little bit more because this roofline isn't as egregious. However, it's still way too far back. It has that hatchback look, still has a nose problem. Now, this one is a gasoline car, I think, an RT six-pack. There was no mention of an RT in the Dodge presentation, so I'm only assuming. In this rendering, the bumper on the bumper is even huger. This, I assume this was a window. It's not a window, it's just plastic. So they really could have changed the whole roof line of the car. They didn't need to put that there, but let's see what I came up with. Bam. All right, now we're looking more like the older Charger before with that straight roof line. You don't have the side panel, which could return. But now you got a trunk, an actual trunk, more sporty looking rear as far as I'm concerned. This is when you start seeing again that drooping of the nose, like it's a squishing toothpaste effect. And mine is much streamlined, much more streamlined, much narrower. I actually gained a little bit of headroom in the rear. This car is going to be horrible in the back. But yeah, drop that, bring in the windshield a little tighter, add that crease, shave off that diffuser, and bring in that sail panel. So on this version, the hood is lower already. So maybe it's an EV problem. Something's going on there. I don't know. We don't have these details yet. But definitely that bumper, that front, is way too far out. And I don't know what the reason is for it. Okay. So this was one of the photos of the prototype, not the pre-production model that we just saw. There are a couple of minor differences, but this was showing what they call the R-Wing. And I don't care enough to go into the guy's name that designed it. And it was such a missed opportunity. Because when I saw this photo, idea. And what was my idea? You know what's coming. There you go. Pop-up headlights. Tell me that wouldn't at least make it a little cool. I shouldn't even be doing this, because why should I help an EV look cool? But bam. That would be cool. You got the infrastructure already. And the only reason why they don't do pop-up headlights is because of pedestrian safety, which is negated by the fact of having an R-wing, which is kind of protecting. It's a bumper for the top of those headlights. So yeah, I think that would look cool. Now, I don't think there's any way to do this on a gas-powered car. This would have to be really squished in forward, and it just kind of defeats the purpose. Not to mention you get a lot of dirt and junk that would get in there, and it just wouldn't be cool. As it is, the way the car is more like this, getting in these nooks and crannies to clean it's going to be a nightmare. Whereas in here, you have an open surface. You can get in there with a rag and polish it and, you know, keep a car clean. Dodge, if you steal this idea, I'm coming for you. Just letting you know. Now, this is the six-pack version. You can already tell the way the grill, it looks so cheap and cheesy. Same here. Now, I didn't touch the lower part. Even this, to me, it looks like one of those inserts you put in a desk where you put like the pencils and erasers, and it just looks so sloppy and cheesy. But I just wanted you guys to get an idea. If we're going to, you know, harken back to the prototype, which had these grills, then let's see what we can do with that. And that would be that grill, but pushed up forward. They don't want to make this six-pack look too cool because they want people to buy the EV one, not this. But you know where I'm going. I know some of you know already. There you go. Concealed headlamps, like the 70 Charger, or technically the 68, 69, 70. They would either go up or go down. There's a million ways to do this. I would probably say going up, and you have this little lip that could be part of the whole opening mechanism. I would also recommend doing a vacuum, so it's simpler. And during the cold weather, if they freeze shut, the headlights that get warm would start melting them, and they would just pop up. Pop. I also added this just because I wanted to see what it would look like with the headlights behind the grill, and I'm gonna admit I didn't have enough time because of last week's video. Hopefully by now that has been some sort of resolution. If you don't know what I'm talking about, brand new car, plum crazy, Challenger 6-speed. I don't know. Do we really care anymore about this entire platform? Is Dodge alienating us all? Either old school, which now will mean the, you know, modern Hemis. Are we being alienated in favor of the tofu latte customers are going to get with the EVs? I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool and a little goofy. And also to show off that I do know I do know a thing or two when it comes to design and how to make a car look good. Even this, I didn't want to add, there is no R-wing on the six-pack, something they don't mention. And I didn't even notice until I started doing the Photoshops. Like, wait, where there's no R-wing? It's a regular hood. Because that was one of the things I came to the conclusion. To get this grill, to get the pop-up headlamps, you got to get rid of the R-wing. Well, it's already done. I don't have to Photoshop it. It's right there. Right there. I'm going to keep it at that. I do like this line way more than that. That's just... And even more so here. Like... So I'm Alex. This is Rip Roaring Garage, where oil is thicker than blood. Hand me that like, and I hope you have a rip roaring day. Oh.